guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Wolfang here, and today I'm going to be ranking all of the weapons in Battlefront 2. So there was a lot, there's 16 weapons, and I'm not going to be counting the default weapons. But if I did, they would be last. So hopefully you enjoyed this video, and let's begin with number 16. I'll see you there. Okay, so I think you all know what I was going to put last. The Psych Rifle is by far the worst gun in the game. Now, it's probably the most realistic gun in the game because it looks like an actual hunting rifle that hunters would use to get like deer or something. It leaves like a smoke, which I don't really like. And in Battlefront 1, it could shoot through shields because it was a solid projectile, but now it isn't. So I don't like that, and it doesn't do much damage. I'm just playing one shot, so it's not that strong. So yes, let's move on to number 15. He is the second assault gun, and I hate it so much. I hate it because of its looks. It shoots like with a burst, which I don't really like either, which I kind of think is a bit annoying. I do not like it at all, and that's why it's been given this place, and it was dreading getting kills with it to get the CR2. So let's move on to the next one. Number 14 is the Blurg, the third officer pistol. Now, just like the A280, it's a burst gun. I hate burst guns so much, and it was really annoying going from the S5 to this, and then finally getting that last gun. And its looks makes it even worse. It's tiny, it's really small, and it's just really annoying, and I just don't like it. So let's move on to number 13. Number 13 goes to the third heavy gun, the first order. So I hate this one because of its looks and its performance. It's just a bit disgusting, really. I just don't really like it. It's the first heavy gun, and I just hate it so much. The attachments aren't very good either, so just use the fourth one or the fifth one instead of using this one. Okay, let's go on to the next one. Sniper. So I don't like this one because of its looks. I mean, its looks is alright. It looks like a sniper, but its mods and the way it performs is really horrendous. So that's why it's been given this part. The bolt speed just makes it shoot faster. It doesn't make any difference. So I would use the improved cooling instead. Okay, let's move on to the next one. S5 pistol. So this is the second officer gun. So it's kind of weird. It's a pistol with dual zoom. So that's really weird. I don't know. It looks pretty cool because it's a big pistol, and with a clone like this trooper, it looks pretty cool. It doesn't shoot fast enough, I think, but it does a lot of damage, which is very good. So let's move on to number 10. DL-18, the newest to the officer class. So the mods are okay. Its performance is really good. It can shoot really fast if you spam it, and yeah, so I think it's alright, but it just got overrun by the others. So let's move on to number 9. Okay, so number 9 we have this gun. So this is the third sniper. I would use improved cooling and burst mode. It's the fastest shooting sniper. I did not mean to kill that guy, I didn't realize he was in there. And then also use dual zoom. So use burst and dual zoom. So that's alright. So let's move on to the next one. Guns in all the Star Wars, the DC-17. So I mean the DC-15. The DC-15 is the second heavy gun. So if I were you, I would use the scope that like gives it these crosshairs, and I'd give it the exploding shot, but the problem is it does hurt you if you hit it on the ground next to you. But I really like it. It just got overrun by all the others and like how good they are. So let's move on to number 7, T1. So the T21 was the newest added to the heavy class. I would use burst mode and the scope, but I just like I just don't really like the look of it, and its first person is kind of horrendous the way it looks. I mean, we first saw this in the New Hope, so I mean it's quite important because it's one of the first guns you ever see, and it can destroy people. So yeah, so let's move on to number 6. 6, you had one of the most overpowered guns in this game, the 4th officer pistol. So this is the first order pistol. So if I were you, I would use cooling and rapid fire, because look how much it can fire. And I'm not even spamming it, I'm just holding the trigger down. But in like hand-to-hand combat with like a heavy, it's not the best. So let's move on to the next one. So it's one of my favorite guns in this game, but rolled out from all the others. It's very good in Galactic Assault and Supremacy. It's got very long range if you get the mod for that, and it doesn't fire too fast, so it's not like the CR2. So I really like it. The mods are pretty good. I would use reduced recoil and longer range, because that's really good for it. So let's move on to number 4. Got the TL50. Now you might be thinking, oh, okay, so I got the new heavy gun. Let's put the secondary fire on it and the cooling. Well, not the cooling, the reduced recoil. Do not use this. It can barely even kill infantry with that. It's not like Idens. So I would just use the reduced coiling and the reduced recoil, because you really do need the reduced recoil, and it would be good to keep the cooling on it. So let's move on to number 3, the top 3 counters. So number 4, we've got number 5, we got the E11D. So the E11D was a Death Trooper gun. So I would use reduced recoil, that's a stock, and then you can either use a flashlight or cooling. I like to use the flashlight. It doesn't look so good in first person, but it can do some damage. So let's move on to number 2, Sniper. So this is one of the most overpowered things in this game. Oh, I missed that. You have 3 shots to eliminate, which I kind of feel like gives it a challenge, which I like. I would use cooling and dual zoom, that's probably the best to use. And then headshot, it kills instantly, and body shot, it doesn't, but it still does a lot of damage. It does 2 for body shot and 1 for headshot. So that's probably really useful to use. So let's move on to the Star Wars question. Haven't done that in a while. And then we will go on to number 1. So number 1, we have the CR2. So the CR2 is the 3rd assault gun, and it is a beast. It can melt heroes. I would just use the reduced recoil if I were you. Don't worry about the iron shot, the night vision. Just use the reduced recoil, I think. And yeah. So let's head to an outro. Was question, and if you answer in the exact same day I post it, I'll give you a shout out in the next video. And I will see you next time.